Hey everybody, Rob here from MediaBlaster, and today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to use your WordPress website, AI, and Roku to build your own Roku app completely using AI. No need to purchase anything. So let's jump into it. So here on screen, you can see we have our completed Roku app that we built entirely in ChatGPT, which uses MediaBlaster, our WordPress plugin, as its backend for serving the content to Roku. We can navigate between movies, open details, play a movie, everything that you need for a basic Roku app, all done 100% inside of ChatGPT. So what we're building is a basic Roku app. It's going to have some movies, and you'll be able to set this up and run it on your Roku device and actually publish it inside the App Store. And for the back end, we're going to be using our plugin MediaBlaster. Now, if you want to know more about MediaBlaster, check the description. We have a course totally free that teaches you how to use MediaBlaster to power WordPress as a video content management system. It's 100% free, no hidden plugins or anything you have to buy. It will all work. And the AI part, we're going to be using ChatGPT for this video. However, you could use Claude, you could use Cursor, you could even use OpenClaw or Hermes agent, depending on your preference and how you have your system set up. But for ease of use, we're going to be using ChatGPT. So to get started with this tutorial, you're just going to need a few things. Number one, you're going to need a WordPress website with the Media Blaster plugin installed and at least one movie published in the movies section. You're also going to need a Roku device with developer mode installed. And you're going to need our master prompt that you can get over in our Skool community and pull that up here on screen. You come over to our Skool, you go to Classroom, down here to YouTube prompts, and then you'll see this one, build a Roku app with AI master prompt. And you can just grab the prompt here, click on it, and copy and paste it into your AI agent of choice. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get our master prompt and make a few edits so it knows exactly how to work with your WordPress installation. So if we go over to our Skool community and click on YouTube prompt library, and then down here we have master prompt. So we're just going to open it. We're going to copy it, and then we're going to paste it into Notepad. And you can see in here, it pops up. And what we need to edit first is our project inputs. So first is going to be our app name. We're just going to get everything inside the brackets here. And we're just going to call this Rob's Awesome Movie App. And next, you're going to need to add your API base URL. This is just the URL to your WordPress website. So for example, we're just going to delete this and we'll do https://example.com. So this would be the URL to your website. And then we're just going to need to add a little bit more information. So we'll be for all Media Blaster installations, this is the exact same. The only thing that changes is the part where it says example.com. This would be your website. So yourwebsite.com. We put a slash WP JSON slash Media Blaster slash V3. And if you need help, you can just look at the URL there in the example, and it will give you what you need to add. So the next thing we're going to need is our known movie ID. So to do that, we just go back over to our Media Blaster installation. We go to movies, all movies. You see I've added a bunch of example movies in here. We're just going to grab the first one. And then if you go up here in the URL, you will see it says post equals 89. And this number could change depending on your installation and a bunch of other factors. But the important part is post equals and the number after it. So in this example, it's 89. So we're just going to copy that. We'll go back over to our notepad and we're just going to put in the ID. Now, if you're having a problem finding that, don't worry about it. You can leave it blank. However, we find that if you give it the example, then the AI system has an easier time figuring things out. So next, we're going to add our output project name. So we'll just remove this. And for this example, we're just going to call it Rob's Awesome Channel. And it should all be lowercase and no spaces. So you can just use underscore for spaces or dashes, depending on your preference. Okay, so now we're just going to select everything and copy it. And then we're going to go back over to ChatGPT in our work tab. And we're going to paste in the updated prompt. And one thing I highly recommend you do is you go over here to the model selector. Make sure that we're on 5.6 Soul or the latest high power model if you're watching this in the future. Currently, it's 5.6 Soul. And effort, we want to turn this up to either extra high or max. For this one, I'm going to do extra high. And now that everything's pasted in, we're going to get ready for the next step, which is we're just going to click send prompt. And this is going to take a few minutes. So we're just going to let it run. And when it's finished, we'll continue on with the tutorial. Okay, so now our app is finally built. It took 17 minutes of work for ChatGPT to build it, which is about right for most times I've tried to build apps with some sort of AI. And you'll see we have a couple downloads here, and then we have some more information that you might need. So we'll come back to that in a bit. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to save these files to our hard drive, and then we'll move on to the next step. And so here we have our downloaded files. You see, we got two of them. We got Rob's Awesome Movie App Sideload.zip and Rob's Awesome Movie App Source.zip. So we're going to take and we're going to unzip the source zip. And I'm just going to do that really quickly here. And we're going to go into that folder. You can see everything you need for your Roku app. If you want to edit it more in the future, add more features, whatever is all right here. And then we're going to take our Rob's Awesome Movie App Sideload and we're going to load it on our Roku app. And then we're going to take our Rob's Awesome Movie App Sideload and load it onto our Roku device and test it out and make sure everything's working. So to do so, we go back over to our browser. And this is the interface for the development application installer on your Roku device. We're just going to click upload. We're going to select the Rob's Awesome Movie App Sideload.zip. You can't see that on screen, but that's the one we're selecting. You see that's what we've got here. And then we're just going to click install with zip. You'll see it'll give you some prompts to tell you how everything's proceeding. And now it's loaded onto your device. And if you go over, we're going to see it actually operating. Okay, and so you'll see I had to record this on my phone because it's really hard to record the Roku screen. But as you can see, when the app opens, it has a nice little splash screen. It loads the movies, and there we go. We have all of our movies. We can select between them. And I'm just going to open one. It has the artwork and everything. And then if we click play, we'll stream for a second, and here's our movie playing. So we've got an entire functioning Roku app all ready to go. So it's pretty easy to set up and get working. Now we're going to look at a little bit of the customization and things you can do with it to make it even better. So if we go over to our project, wrong window, there we go. And we go into Rob's Awesome Movie App Source that we unzipped. And you can see it has a few different folders here that you can go through and check out. So components hold all the components for the Roku app, all the code and everything. And then we're going to want to go into images. And you notice there's a few images here. You can take those, open them in Photoshop or any other photo editor, and make changes as you want. One thing we like to do is we'll go over to ChatGPT, we'll give it some information about the channel we're building, and ask it to develop a splash screen or an icon or whatever card or fallback screen, all this stuff that you want to add in. And then all you do is replace them in this folder, and then you can come back here and package it all up and deploy it to your Roku with the new assets already added in. So now you got a great base for your Roku app, and you can add all kinds of different features to that app just using AI. You can just continue on in the chat that you've got going on ChatGPT or whatever agent you're using. Tell them you want to have, add a different type of screen, arrange this graphic, change the colors, all the different things that you can do with it. You can also take all the documentation from MediaBlaster, upload it to your agent, and ask it to customize specifically based on the features that MediaBlaster offers in the plugin. All of this can be done in the background, doesn't require hardly any code knowledge at all, and you'll get your functioning Roku app. So let me know in the comments. Did this answer your questions? Is there another type of video you want to see? I'm all about feedback. The more information you guys give me, the more I can tailor our tutorials to meet your needs and help everybody launch their TV dreams. Don't forget, go over to our Skool community, link in the description, join. It's free. You can get access to all the prompts that we offer in our YouTube videos. There's course on our Media Blaster plugin, so you can learn how to set it up from start to finish. That's free. We also have a new product called our Roku Launch Kit. You can get that on our website. I'll link it down below. And that gives you everything you need so you don't have to even write any code. You just grab it, load it onto your Roku device, and then you can publish it in the Roku App Store. So I'm Rob from Media Blaster. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like, and let me know what you're looking for in the next tutorial. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later.